everyone, it's Jenny from Homestead Corner, and today I've got 8 spices I think every prepper should have in their pantry. So in a lot of my videos, I recommend having plenty of spices on hand and stocking spices. And I know a lot of people are like, well, what spices? There's so many spices. So I figured if I could only have 8 spices, what spices would I choose? We keep a huge variety of spices because I love all different kinds of flavors and we love to really mix it up and change things around. But if I could only have 8 single spices in my pantry, these are the ones that I would get. And you may not like them and they may not be the ones for you. But so if you don't like one of them, don't get them. But I think everyone should have these, and I bet most of you do have these. So the first one that I would definitely recommend, the number one thing would be salt. You definitely want to have salt, whether it's sea salt or pink salt or whatever kind of salt you use. I think it's good to have a variety of salt. We keep sea salt and pink salt all the time in our pantry and keep plenty of it stocked because it's the 2 salts we use the most. So salt is definitely one of them. When you're not eating prepared foods, you need to add a little bit to your food. And it really does help with the flavor. Just a little bit. You don't have to put tons in, but a little bit of salt really does help. And then the next one that I absolutely could not live without is ground black pepper. We love this. It's a great antioxidant. It's really good for you. We love black pepper. We put it in just about everything we cook, and I would be very lost without pepper. So we keep plenty of pepper on hand. The next one is onion powder. I don't like the onion salts because it's too salty to get enough onion flavor. So I just go with the straight powder, and then if I want salt, I can add that separately. So onion powder is another one. If you don't have, dried onions in your storage, even if you do, these are handy and great just to shake on top if you have to, if there's not quite enough in there. We really love onion powder. We use it in tons of foods. And the next one that I use all the time is garlic powder. That's another one. Onions, garlic, pepper, salt. Almost everything we cook has at least those 4 things in it. That's a bland night even, Everything's got at least that in it, usually anything that I cook. So garlic powder, and garlic has wonderful properties. It is so good for you. Everyone should be eating lots of garlic, I think. All of these things. Spices are so good for you. They really are. They make the food taste better, and they actually have really good health benefits. Pretty much every spice that you eat has good health benefits to it. All right. The 5th one that I think is so important is cinnamon. Cinnamon for your breakfasts and breads and things like that when you're cooking. Cinnamon is a must. I love cinnamon in all kinds of stuff. We put it in oatmeals. We sprinkle it on toast, like cinnamon sugar toast. I grew up on that stuff. I don't know if they still sell it even in the store now. I just mix it with some sugar. My mom always did, and so we love that. But cinnamon sugar toast with a little bit of butter on it, yummy. But it's great in your oatmeal. It's great in all kinds of stuff when you're making bread, cinnamon rolls. You can do so much stuff with it. Add it to all kinds of dishes. It's just yummy. Cinnamon is a good one. And I definitely recommend these small ones are great. You get them for $1, usually at Walmart or the Dollar Tree. You can get the small ones. We buy the biggest container we can get on most of our spices. because, you know, a lot of times it's even cheaper when you buy the big bulk containers. So I'll put a couple of links to some of the bulk stuff that we buy down in the description box if you want to check that out. And because like chili powder, that's another one. We buy it in bulk. I put it in the jar. I love chili powder. Again, so many meals, so many things you can do with it. If this is all you got for rice and beans, this is delicious. It really packs a punch to it. And we love chili powder. And that was number 6. Number 7, not everybody is going to love this one, but I find it so useful in cooking. We put it in our beans. We make dressing with it. And that is ground mustard. I love having ground mustard. There's so many different things. We put it in potato salads. We put it in all kinds of stuff. This really adds a nice flavor to a lot of things. You can make your own mustard with this. Just so many things you can do with it. So good. And these, it's really inexpensive when you buy these big containers. I think I buy 2 at a time when I buy these. But these are, mustard has so many good things, and it is super good for you. We love that. And last but not least is steak seasoning. This has got your salt, your pepper, onion, garlic, all kinds of stuff in it. I like steak seasoning. You can use this on chicken, pork, anything. We've used it on pretty much everything. I've put it in pot roast before. It's whatever you got, you know, you're going to use it so you can add some extra flavor. And I have found that steak seasoning is one of those things that is indispensable in the kitchen. It's not just for steak, it's for all kinds of stuff. It's actually quite delicious on the grill with some chicken over a wood fire. Yummy. We love it. So those are my 8 spices that I think every prepper should have in their pantry. And I would love to know if you have other spices that you would keep in your pantry. I know we keep a lot more things in our pantry, but I know a lot of people don't have a huge variety. Spices are expensive when you first start buying them. And if you're building up a pantry, spices can definitely be a big expense. But we have been doing this for years. So, you know, we buy a big bulk of something and it lasts and lasts and lasts. And we rarely have to buy lots of them at a time, usually just one here, one there, things like that. But so I would love to know, and it may help somebody else trigger an idea or something. Please put it in the comments down below if you have a spice that you can't live without. I think it is great to share as much as we possibly can. And that is it for this video. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.